I'm not late. You're late. Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And Joker's wild.
And I don't know why I'm British, but welcome to the Power of Veto review podcast / live eviction.
We're gonna kill someone right here, and it's gonna be live. Just you wait.
Wow.
Yeah.
Joker, I've missed this. I've missed this. Oh my god, I am so, I did not think that you being in Japan would bring this back, but I'm so happy that it did.
It's a Joker's wild renaissance. I'm back until I fade back into obscurity. In a few months, we'll find out.
All right. So yeah, we are here to discuss the 6 Power of Veto projects created by the 6 players. That would include the head of household, which is Ace Astro, the 2 nominees, who are Pix and Nigel Channing, Brer Oswald, D. Hindley, and then Outbound, who was house guest choice. All right, so Jokers, how are you feeling about the game so far? Because I believe this is your first podcast for 1986.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's going. It's had its ups and downs. Not anything bad. It's just like each project has been vastly different from the last. But I think that this past project, despite the realism concerns, is a high point for the season so far.
All right, we got Luke talks about movies in the comments. Luke, I assume you're not from the WDW Magic community?
I'm pretty sure that's Nigel, isn't it?
Is it Nigel?
Thought so.
Nigel, is that you? I'm sorry. Because he's questioning, Brer Oswald isn't who's Brer Oswald? No, he's Nigel.
No, I think, yeah, it's Nigel. Yeah.
What's questioning about Brer Oswald?
Because someone said hello, everyone, and I think he's asking if they're Brer Oswald.
Well, no, the hello, everyone is Nate.
Okay.
All right.
It's okay. It's okay. Now.
I know we've discussed this, Nigel. I know. I'm sorry. Dash here. All right.
Everyone's here. Outbound. We got Ace.
At this point, I know who Ace is. Obviously, Nate is Nate. Obviously, Your New Horizons. Behind the music is Peregrine.
Is it?
Is it? I don't know.
Behind the magic. Behind the music.
Behind the magic. Yeah, I'm sorry. Is who?
It's VH1.
No, who is behind the magic?
I don't know. Behind the magic, show yourself.
Someone clarify.
Show me your face.
Luke is Nigel.
It's Peregrine.
Peregrine. Okay, good. I was right. Okay, so yeah, guys, this has been a hell of a week. Really, really exciting stuff. I've got to admit, you guys made a novel out of Fantasyland, dude. It's
yes.
Oh man, it's intimidating. So we will have a review podcast for Fantasyland up tomorrow, or the Seasons of Fantasy. But I gotta tell you, I don't even know who's gonna be on that, because I don't know if I'm legitimately gonna have a chance to read it by then, because my schedule has just been packed as always. So we'll see. I might have to pair up you and Mickey Fan or something like that, if that's okay.
I'll be free. Yeah, whatever.
Cool.
This is my weekend home.
All right, so let's talk about the vetoes. Let's just go project by project, and then at the end we are going to do the live vote reveal.
Okay.
So, meet and greets. What's your favorite meet and greet, Jokers?
None of them. That's a lie. I liked one where I met Oswald at DCA, and I liked one when I walked into Toontown and Goofy was just strolling about back in his morning constitutional, and that's nothing that could ever happen in Disney World. But generally, I don't really like meet and greets.
All right, fair point. Fair enough. Yeah. My favorite meet and greets, just because people have asked me. I love Dr. Facilier. I love Mary Poppins. Let's see, any others that really stick out to me? The Country Bears are always a go-to. Tweedledee and Tweedledum was a bucket list photo that I got at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party that I was so glad I got that.
Yeah.
That's like a profile picture I use every Christmas now. And yeah, that's about it. That's about it.
Yeah.
All right, so Jack and Sally with some bonuses from Ace Astro. I thought this was pretty efficient. It was a good way, like I think it fit with the land very well. It was a good way to kind of capture the spirit of autumn. My only issue with it, as I said, and I don't want to get repetitive here with the feedback, but I mentioned it in my written review, was that Jack and Sally, they are technically rare characters, as in you don't get to see them all year, but they're certainly not rare in terms of like fan popularity. I mean, they are just like they are totally sought after. So it's like, while I do respect making a year-round Jack and Sally, I don't necessarily think it's pushing the boundaries as much as some of the other people did.
No, absolutely not. I think that this is a good I think that both of the Jack and Sally projects, we'll obviously talk about the other one later, are very good like vanilla meet and greet projects. They don't really push the boundaries, but they're very nice and they're great at what they're trying to do.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, I think it makes total sense and it's very natural for these characters to show up in their subland. So even if they're not like not unpopular, but like underutilized, I think it's fine that that these are the characters that they decide to focus on because it makes total sense.
What do you think of the magic spots?
I don't like them personally, but it makes a ton of sense.
I also don't like them.
Yeah.
But I agree with you that just from a logistics point of view, it's like, well, you got to do what you got to do.
Oh yeah, it makes total sense for the project.
I think it makes more sense than the freaking purple wall.
Well, those are like to be fair, the purple wall predated the purple wall as a meme. But yeah.
The purple wall must be a Florida thing that I just don't get.
The purple wall's been there for fucking ever. And then like 5 years ago is when it started becoming like an Instagram spot, and now it's
Right.
Disney's big thing, like making their Instagram walls.
But was it always like a popular photo spot, or did
No!
it just like no?
Not that so when I go to Disney World, I walk through there because no one's ever there.
Oh, I do too. That's my go-to. That's my go-to route to Tomorrowland, bro. We're on the same wavelength with that.
It's literally an Instagram thing. But yeah.
Alrighty, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, I do like Oogie, and I wish Oogie would have been focused on a little bit more, like maybe making them a little bit more permanent.
No, I agree. Honestly, again, both of them probably would have benefited for focusing more on Boogie than focusing on like a Nightmare Before Christmas as a whole sort of thing. But yeah.
Because of course, Oogie Boogie. I am jealous of Rob for doing the Oogie Boogie Halloween bash when God knows when we're going to get that again.
Yeah. Last year at Mickey's Halloween Not So Scary, we actually had a really good experience with Oogie, where he just like came over and hung out for like 2 minutes.
Oh God. Okay, we got some people in the comments. How dare you disrespect the purple wall? Look, I'm not trying to disrespect it. I'm just I just don't get it. I just don't get what the big deal is. I don't get like why it's even a popular thing for Instagrammers, because it's literally just a purple wall. I don't get
that's
it.
exactly why. It's like one of the few like negative spaces in Disney World where they can take a picture and it's still recognizable where they are.
Okay, what? So I'm not really privy to the whole Instagram thing. So is the reason it's so appealing because you can like it basically acts as kind of like a green screen to insert other things onto?
No. It's not a green screen. It's a neutral space where white girls can pose, and there's not like a million things going on in the background, so all the attention is still on them.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Now I just feel like a boomer. Great. 30 is the new 50, guys. Oh, boy.
The way disease is going, it might be.
Right. Oh, God. Oh, hey-oh. All right. We got a lot of love for the hippo splatter wall. of course, iconic. All right, moving on to the next project. Scrolling down, scrolling down. Okay, sorry guys. This is like I think
Goofy's
this is
first
like.
review.
All right, so Goofy, I'm a little disappointed in you. I think you could have strove to do better here. No, I'm just
You
kidding.
did such a great job. I'm gonna put it right on the refrigerator, and you should be really proud.
Okay, Mayor of Halloweentown. I thought this was short but sweet. I love the character. I love the design. I love everything about the execution of this.
No, I agree.
I'm honestly surprised the character hasn't has the character ever popped up in physical form beyond just like cardboard cutout in Haunted Mansion Holiday?
Not that I know of. I can't think of
That's
any
kind of
time.
ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous that he isn't at least an animatronic in Haunted Mansion Holiday. Given
Yeah.
the fact that it'd be so easy to make an animatronic out of him. Like he doesn't have to have much movement in the mouth. Literally the changing facial expression would say it all.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Just getting on my high horse about that. I do really I really like the fact that it's kind of like a Lucky the dinosaur style free roaming kind of deal. And like I said, just the mechanism of it, I just think the mayor just works so well as a physicalized animatronic just because of how simple and striking his design is.
Give me 1 sec.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to sneeze. No, I agree. I think it was really good. I would have liked a little bit more detail.
I would too. I agree.
But as a concept, I think it was really fantastic and definitely one of the more unique ones of the project.
All right. Okay, let's see. I'm just checking the comments here. Joker's review greater than Goofy's. Proposal put graffiti on the purple wall.
They already did. They have like those weird lines to give it panache.
And people are very much in agreement. Like you perfectly defined the purple wall with the Instagram stuff.
Good. I keep sending Disney like map descriptions, but they haven't used them yet. Hopefully soon.
By the way, did you know that Cole is coming out with a second book?
Is he?
It's either I don't know if it's written by him, but it's definitely published by him.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good for him. Did he get laid off?
I have no idea. I don't even know if he's still working for Imagineering these days.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Anyway, next one.
Ancient history there.
Yeah.
All right. Love the tease of Outbounds.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, guys, just with the no swearing thing, I am just absolutely loving the Dick Van Dyke running joke.
Yeah.
That is a thing that has plagued me since the Pro Boards days, dude.
This is my favorite meet and greet. Swole poo. Oh
my god! If this was the meet and greet, I would just it would win. It would win.
Just picture him like coming out from like a regular Winnie the Pooh size like tree hole.
Oh man!
He still has the normal voice.
Okay, on to the winning project, Mr. D. Hindley. I thought this was just pretty much everything I could have asked for.
Yeah, no, definitely. It was really fantastic.
I thought it was really inspired. Obviously, like just a really, really original choice. And not only that, but it just, surprisingly fits into the land in a naturalistic way with the setting, which I didn't think that was like the main question I had when I saw it was like, okay, like, is it going to fit into like the fairy tale forest? And it does.
Yeah, it's a really fantastic way to add a Fantasia meet and greet that's not Sorcerer Mickey or like something like the hippos or like something that anyone would do.
Give me a Chernobog meet and greet. Do they do that at the villain parties?
No, I don't. That's impossible.
I don't necessarily think it's impossible.
Well, no, it would just be like a giant animatronic or puppet.
I would brainstorm it. I would have to brainstorm it. I don't necessarily think it's impossible.
I mean, yeah, it's probably hyperbolic, but yeah, this one, the soundtrack is super unique. It's not something I would have ever thought of. I don't think it's something anyone would have ever thought of. Um, but I think it's executed beautifully. I love the amount of detail in it because, unlike a lot of the other projects, they actually described the experience and went through all the motions of it, which I really appreciated.
The cue and everything.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I think it was really fantastic.
All right. Check in with the comments here. Let's see. He drop kicks the children. I'm not sure what that's referring to. Is that referring to Joker's reviews?
Oh, Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, Winnie the Pooh. Right. Sorry. I'm old. I'm not up to date on the memes. Okay, let's talk about the comeback kid.
Yeah.
Brer Panther, I really liked what I was seeing from him in the brainstorming. I really think he's taking the second chance that he was granted and running with it. You know, I felt really bad for him being the first person voted out because it wasn't really of anything of his own doing, especially when he was randomized against Pi for the final vote. It's like, come on, what are you guys gonna do? Honestly, like, in the back of my mind, I was kind of like, oh, it'd be super dramatic and good TV if Pi got voted out. But no, I knew you guys were never going to vote Pi. But yeah, I'm really, really liking Brer as a character. I think the second chance thing is going to probably define his story this season in a good way, and I'm really interested to see how it plays out.
Yeah, no, definitely.
What do you think of this project?
I liked it. It wasn't amazing. I appreciated trying to do something different. I just feel like the characters were a little generic.
Okay, interesting. I honestly think the thing that would have put this over the edge is if they would have focused on, like, specifically, like, obscure winter themed characters. So, like, the Yeti, like Harold from the Matterhorn, the Yeti from Monsters Inc. You know, those kinds of characters who are iconic and memorable, but still not meet and greets that you see every day.
Yeah, I wouldn't even go that far. I think this would have been more successful if they gave the characters more personality and tried to weave them into the story instead of
Okay.
just having them like go to a meet and greet and they're like, "Hey, it's a polar bear. Oh, look, it's Snowman." And like and reindeer. But it was really great. I really appreciated it. But I feel like adding a little bit more
You
personality
see,
to
I kind
characters.
of thought that the whole, like, hey, look, it's this, and this was sort of like the naturalistic setting. At least that's how I read it. That
What do you mean by
was how
that?
they were blending it into the land.
No, I mean like give the characters themselves stories instead of, or like not stories, but like personality traits instead of, because it's winter. Obviously, you can have snowmen. And you're like, yeah, that fits. But I feel like there's more that you can do with it to
They need to
help the
put in
character.
the racing penguin from Mario 64.
Yes, absolutely. No, we need we need like the. I just think if they were given more personality or
Yeah,
given more unique characteristics, that would have helped them stand out more in a land that's already very dense. Yeah.
I feel you. Maybe I'm just a sucker for Harold, Evan. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, he's a big boy. So, speaking of daddies at the Disney park.
Oh boy. Okay, checking the comments. Just more poo talk. Okay. All good.
Doing our best.
Okay, let's talk about picks. So I definitely thought this was the better of the two Nightmare Before Christmas animatronics, just because I thought it did a few things that were a little bit more unique.
No, I agree. This was definitely, again, like I said during Aces, these two are probably the most vanilla of all of them. But this one was definitely more unique with the lock, shock, and barrel, and more defined set pieces.
And I don't care. I don't care if it's purely my childhood nostalgia and bias showing, but I love the idea of Sora, Donald, and Goofy specifically in A Nightmare Before Christmas meet and greet with their costumes from the Nightmare Before Christmas level. That's great. I love that.
I really like that as well. Yeah.
So one thing that I'm going to have to point out, I am honestly not sure if this was intentional on Pix's part or not.
Yeah.
But they had every right to not include any reference photos or any reference music or concept art or anything like that because we don't grade based on presentation.
Damn right we don't. This is pure
not on these. Not when you only have 24 hours. The text is way more important.
Yeah. Outbound.
So with that in mind, I just want to emphasize, like, these vetoes are kind of played a little bit more like the one sentence comps.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's what
I mean, obviously we're not looking for one sentence, but
no, please give us a full project. But I mean, yeah, Goofy was talking about that last night, I think. It was Goofy. Kind of this basically just a glorified one sentence comp.
Yeah, like the fact that and I think that's kind of refreshing for the vetoes.
No, I agree. I really appreciate it.
It makes them easy to grade on our end. It makes them easy to produce on the players' ends.
Yeah, and I mean that's something I talked about.
It's a nice little exercise at the end of the week, which obviously the weeks are just going to get more and more intense as we push forward.
Yeah, I mean that's something I talked a lot about during So You Want to Be an Imagineer. How I don't like how bogged down we get with presentations sometimes. So it's nice to have a few projects or like one project a week basically that where presentation doesn't matter at all and we can just focus on the ideas and the writing.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, that is one thing I'm going to tweak in season 19 when we get around to it is like, I don't want to necessarily say I don't want to see someone outbound their way to the end because to be fair, Basket Buddy essentially did the same thing twice in one, but
before we continue, I would just like to say that the chat has spoken, and we've officially renamed this podcast series to More Poo Talk. So just don't forget tomorrow when you make the new podcast.
I'm not going to acknowledge that. Nah.
The democratic system has spoken.
All right, so yeah, if there's one thing to take away from picks, it is that you want to treat these more as kind of like idea pieces and full-blown like giant presentations.
Yeah, like if you want to go all out, by all means, but presentation doesn't factor into the scoring at all.
Yeah.
So definitely keep that in mind before you waste your own time. Not that we don't appreciate it, because I obviously presentation, concept art, whatever is fantastic. But yeah.
Right. Did you like my little gifts?
Yeah, they were okay.
I think that's going to be a thing I keep doing.
Yeah. And keep gifts going. Just do gifts and no written reviews. They'll understand.
God. All right. Okay, so Outbound presents Shakespeare Behind the Curtain. What do you think?
It was really good. I really like the uniqueness of it. Shakespeare's a super out of left field idea. I do still worry about Cohesion.
Yes.
Or the Summerland,
because the rest of the land is so dense in the Disney of it all.
Yeah, and that's something I talked about in my review. How I was worried about having Corona like next to Sherwood Forest, where I'm not sure how well that would fit. But that's also kind of reinforced by having Sherwood Forest and the Globe Theater. But also, the Globe Theater is a massive fucking complex. And I don't know how much room that subland had to begin with, but we're just making things bigger. We're making things that were already bigger. But I still really liked it. The idea is fantastic.
Yeah, I don't have a ton to say about it. Trademark Tiki. But I do think that I think the idea would fit really well in I don't know, like a Busch Gardens Williamsburg or something like that.
Well, Williamsburg already has a Globe Theater.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it does. That's where they used to show the Haunted Lighthouse.
Oh man, the Haunted Lighthouse. Oh, we should do a podcast on the Haunted Lighthouse.
I've never seen it.
I've never looked into it either. I just remember it being advertised. But
Okay.
I would be down to do a deep dive on it.
Yeah.
All right, anyways. So yeah, really original concept. I just think that Doug just kind of narrowly beat you out. I think the main reason why I would prefer Doug's is because his felt more cohesive towards the overall land.
I agree, and yeah, I feel like his was more out of left field than even Shakespeare's, and it definitely fit better with the land. It was more realistic in the confines of the land.
All right,
So, yeah.
So with that in mind, what?
Before we move on, I would just like to say that I am the voice of the people. The chat is staging a coup.
Oh no.
I don't know who's gonna be their leader, but as it stands right now, I am comfortable with being the voice of the people. So I'm just saying, once this podcast's over, you might want to watch out.
Wait. So, is it all about the name change?
Yeah, because you won't change the name.
Okay, what's the name change? What's the name again?
More poo talk.
I can't. Come on. Come on. You guys are
It's
killing
very
me.
easy. All right, let's move on. Ace has just declared Cats as the leader. Now this whole thing's off the rails. So let's move on.
Okay, I need to get caught up. Oh god, the unsubscribe button looks really nice right now. Oh god.
Everyone disliked the video in solidarity for more poo talk.
Okay. You guys really want it?
Yes.
You guys really want it? You know what?
You doing it? Episode 1 of More Poo Talk? Nigel said yes. So has Pergron.
Fine.
Everyone
I give up. Fine.
We did it. This is democracy at work.
If that's what the people want.
It's okay, Tiki. You can send it to the lower courts. They'll probably reject it.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, out of context, like, with the rest of the channel.
This is one of the pillars of the channel. We have Scary Adventures. We have Talking Mr. Banks. We have more poo talk.
Okay, to be fair, Talking Mr. Banks hasn't been a thing for years, and I kind of was recently just thinking about reviving Scary Adventures.
Yeah, I know.
So, all right, so D. Hindley won the veto and decided not to use it, which meant that Nigel Channing and Pix were up for eviction. So now we're going to do the dramatic live eviction. Oh boy. Evan, do you have the numbers in front of you?
I have to pull them up again. Give me 2 seconds. Boop, 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 boop.
Post them in the private chat.
What? I'm just running off of what Mickey Fan posted in the private chat.
No, I mean in the private chat here.
Oh, okay. I got you. Page. Copy image. Paste image. Uh-oh.
It's not going to work.
No. I'll
just post the number of votes. That's what I need.
I'm going to link you the post.
Oh my god.
What the fuck do you want me to... You can pull this up too.
I literally just need the number of votes, Evan.
Fucking A. Give me... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow.
I'm sorry, folks. All right. Thank you. That's all I needed. All right, folks. Dramatic live reveal, live vote. By a vote of 1 to 7. Nigel, so sorry, buddy, but you're safe.
Hooray!
Fake out. Julie Chen, fake out. All right. So that means that Pix has been eliminated in 12th place. I believe 12th place because we had 3 dropouts. We started with 15. My math is right?
I think probably.
Okay.
I'm gonna say yes. They were eliminated at first place. Congratulations.
Why did you? Nigel, I've always wanted to do that.
I just want to give him a heart attack.
No, I've always wanted to do the whole fake out, like, I'm so sorry, but you're safe. All right, so Pix, very sorry. Honestly, I think that your project was really good. I really thought it was a good project, and the thing about it is that I feel like you had your moments of brainstorming where you were really in the groove, but then you'd kind of fall off for a couple days, and I feel like the inconsistency was maybe what did you in a little bit. So sorry to see you go. Hopefully no hard feelings on your end. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? People in the chat, I'm going to pose you guys a question. Since right now it's like 10:42 Eastern, we could post the next project now, and you guys can start on it. Let me tell you, it's the most unique project so far. But you can start on it tonight, or I can post it at like 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. And that would give you all day tomorrow, all day Sunday, and then it would be due on Wednesday. So I guess my question is, do you guys want to get started on it tonight and risk some of your team kind of coming into like, oh God, 10 pages of brainstorming, I'm not cut off. Okay. Post it. I gives me overnight to sleep on it. Okay, that's fair. Let's start. Do that. Kick off more poo talk. All right, guys. Tonight.
I think we should have a corner of each project where we look through Tiki's PMs.
Well, we're not going to specifically look through the PMs per se, but I am going to go to the PMs. And I'm going to pull up Mickey Fan's prompt that he has graciously written out for us.
Yes, he has. He's a good boy. And
I'm going to screen share that.
Yes. God, so I just got to say, I want to echo what the chat's been saying, and this has been a really good episode of More Poo Talk. I think we did really well tonight. I think this is a good precedent that we're setting. The Poo Talk.
You know what? I'm gonna just run with this More Poo Talk thing, considering how bad the first recap project was, or the Project 2 recap was.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a mess on my end, and I continue to apologize for it. But screw it. Let's make this More Poo Talk thing just kind of like a new rebranding of the podcast. Why not?
Yeah, I agree. This should go on the banner for the channel from now on. More Poo Talk.
I'm not going to go that far. I'm not
only
at
only at So You Want to Be an Imagineer. They already have names for us. We have the Poo Talkers, the Poopers. I prefer the Poo Persons. Nigel says the poopies.
God.
Or the poo pies, which is more disturbing. But we have a lot of options.
All right, so guys, this is probably my favorite prompt of the whole season. I'm not gonna lie. Blue Sky World's Fair. The cat's out of the bag. This is the reason you couldn't use It's a Small World in Fantasyland, because It's a Small World is getting its own land. This week, you'll be creating a land anchored by Blue Sky Disneyland's It's a Small World. The sky is the limit for what you deliver this week. The only requirement is that you deliver It's a Small World as the main e-ticket of the land. And as the name implies, I would suggest kind of going with some sort of World's Fair motif.
Yeah,
that's kind of up to you, but that's kind of like the starting point I would use is some sort of World's Fair feel. So yeah, this is going to be a Fantasyland, kind of like an offshoot of Fantasyland, and it's going to be the park's original land. So it's basically going to be the park's equivalent to something like New Orleans Square or Liberty Street. Wait, Liberty Square.
Liberty
sorry.
Square. It's okay. Liberty Street was almost made.
That's what I was thinking of. I was thinking of an almost made one. But guys, I'm really excited about this. I hope it doesn't turn into another Yogi Bear where I get my hopes up and then I'm like, but this wasn't what I wanted.
You got your hopes up with the Yogi Bear?
I got my hopes up with the idea of a cartoon-based dark ride.
Oh, that makes more sense. I thought you said
That's
Yogi
why
Bear.
I
Like,
was
yes,
so disappointed.
finally.
Like, you guys are doing Yogi Bear? What?
I really can't. I just want to say I don't want to push the brainstorming, but I really can't wait for the Small World multi-launch. I think it'll be a really good anchor to your land. But not to tell you what to do. This is up to you. This is your project.
Is it going to be a mock multi-launch?
Yeah, it's gonna be like a hyper coaster.
Oh God. Oh man. All right. So I'm really excited about this concept, guys. I truly am. And let's see, just to recap, Ace cannot be head of household this time around. And also, this is the last week where we're going to be pulling from the hat in terms of the vetoes. So anyone who has already played in the veto, unless you are a nominee this week, you will not get to play in the veto. Well, I guess I'm not explaining this right. I'm sorry.
Okay.
If you were picked to be in the veto, meaning if you were not a nominee, but if you were picked out of the hat to be in the veto, your name is no longer in the hat. But it will be after week 4. Does that make sense, Evan? I hope I'm explaining that right.
Yes. No, I understand.
Thank you.
Because you're doing like a soft reboot because of all the dropouts. Or the 3 dropouts.
Kind of. I mean, it was always in my... This really doesn't have anything to do with the dropouts.
I thought you were like redirecting because of...
No, happened. Essentially what's going on is that I feel like the game is going to be split up into 3 acts, and week 4 is the end of the first act.
Okay. Makes sense.
Okay. Yes, I'm aware that you can't talk about Scooby-Doo because Shaggy is a banned word. That's amazing.
They'll find a way. Just use his real name. Only refer to him as Norville Rogers.
I want to address Space's comment. Fantasyland was too big. Let's add more to it. I'm not looking for Fantasyland. That's the difference, guys. Don't think of this as a Fantasyland subland. Think of this as its own thing. I want to emphasize that.
To be fair, this was their doing that their Fantasyland is 3/4 of a park. So it was their challenge to design around that. But I'm expecting another hub and spokes. We need more islands and islands for each continent, with Fantasyland as the central island. Right. This is truly a hub and spokes park.
Right. Okay, Jokers, I'm gonna put you on the spot here a little bit.
What spot?
How's the editing for episode 2 going, buddy?
Oh, it's coming.
When?
Soon. This weekend.
This weekend?
Yeah, I told you that.
Can you promise the live audience?
Yes, I can promise the live audience who can't see my face nor can they find me that this will be done this weekend.
All right, because I need to get started on episode 3, buddy. I need to start writing it.
I mean, you still can, but yeah.
I know. I know. All right.
Yeah. So great job, guys. I can't wait to see this World's Fair land. I can't wait to see how you transcend both the concept and the concept of a park. Yeah, great job. See you next time.
Yeah, episode 2 of the. It's going to be a good one, guys. It's going to be a good one. All right.
Food Talk original presentation. It'll be like a Disney Channel original movie. I'll have like the fade-in title.
You should edit that in, please.
More Food Talk original movie.
Yes, please edit that in, Evan.
Okay.
All right. See you guys.
We're not
Have
the
a good
Poo
night.
Talkers. We're the Poo